Alrighty. Hey everyone, welcome to our Amazon for Beginners weekly training call. And tonight is gonna be great because we have our very own Tammy Gonzalez here. She's Hey Tammy. So
Hey.
Tammy is amazing. She's been on Amazon for I want to say almost 2 years now, right? Almost 2 years.
Yeah, almost.
6-figure Amazon seller, and she also works a full-time nursing job, right?
Yes. Night
Well,
shift, which is
also
even
raising
worse.
kids. Huh? I'm sorry.
Night shift, which is even worse.
Oh wow, night shifts. Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So it
Yeah.
just shows you there's
60
really no
miles.
excuses. Oh, 1 second. Oh, yeah, there's really no excuses, right? As long as you're breeding, as long as you have time, Amazon is there for you. It can be done.
Mhm. Yep.
So yeah, Tammy, and welcome to the call. I do appreciate you for being here before your night shift. I used to work night shift too, because I'm sure you know that I used to be a nurse too, right? So
Yes.
I used to
Yeah.
work night shifts. I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's hard.
So I can really relate to those long hours in the nursing world. So super happy
Mhm.
that you're here before your shift, and I'm also super happy that you're crushing it with Amazon part-time, which to
Thank
me
you.
is very amazing because it takes a lot of energy, right? With being a nurse,
Yes.
you're also a mom, and I'm sure
Yes.
you're doing more stuff with your personal life. So
Oh yeah, I've got a busy personal life. Very busy. Yep.
yeah, so
Well, family life, not so much my personal life, but family life. Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, so for the audience, like where are you like located? And then I guess like a little background about your personal life, like where were you born, stuff like that. Mhm.
So I'm in Pasco, Washington, Eastern Washington. I was born in Seattle and moved over here. Oh goodness, it must have been about 25 years ago. I moved to Pasco. I have 5 sons, 5 grandsons, and one
Wow.
granddaughter. Yeah, yeah, they keep me busy.
You
So
look great.
very busy. But yeah, I've been in nursing for about 31 years. I work in a small skilled nursing facility, and I'm the only night shift nurse. I do have another nurse that works my days off, but mostly it's me. Um, I've, like I said, I've been in nursing for 31 years, and yeah, when COVID hit, that burnt me out. I was working way too many hours, working. It was ridiculous.
I heard.
Um, yeah, so it took up a lot of my time. It took time away from my family. And during that time, I always miss holidays and birthdays and everything because I have to work. Because sometimes with nursing, you just have to, somebody has to be there to provide care for people 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas, if it's your birthday, it doesn't matter. Somebody has to be there. So I missed a lot of holidays, missed a lot of birthdays, and I didn't get up to see my parents quite as much as I wanted to. They live in North Idaho, about 3 hours away. So during COVID, during the pandemic in 2021, on Mother's Day, my mom passed away, and it was fairly quick. She went to the hospital one day, wasn't feeling good. My dad thought she had a stomach bug, went to the hospital, and she never came home. She from there was discharged into hospice and passed away 2 weeks later. And my biggest regret with that is that I didn't get to spend as much time with her as I wanted to. And yeah, I didn't get to spend as much time with her as I wanted to. So I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to give my life to my job and have my job dictate when I can spend time with family, when I can take vacations, when I can, do things. I want to be the one to decide that. I want time freedom. So that's why I decided to get into Amazon. And actually, I had no idea what I was going to do. So I joined Rad's group, and then Lewis came on and gave his presentation. I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And so I signed up and got started, and I'm pushing along, getting it done.
I love that.
So hopefully soon I can quit my job and just I would love to do it full time. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I was kind of I was kind of, I don't want to say skeptical. I was kind of nervous at first, wondering if I could actually do it. But yes, I can. And I'm not too tech savvy either. So, if I can do all that, then yeah, anybody can.
You're doing great. I mean, it's almost 2 years, right? Almost two
Yep.
years.
Yep.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, almost 2 years, and I can also relate with your story because I started my business too, like back in 2013, because when my sister was sick with cancer, I
Mhm.
was forced to go to my job, right? And then 18
Yes.
months
Yeah.
later, she passed away. So I really did regret the missed time.
Mhm.
So, I do have respect for people with jobs, right? Of course, you need to do what you need to do. But
Yeah.
when something, you know, major happens in your life, sometimes you gotta have time, right? So
Yes.
yeah, so that was almost the same reason why I started business. So I can really relate with that pain of
Mhm.
missing time with your loved ones, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, but I
Absolutely.
mean, you're doing what you need to do now, so that's amazing.
Yep.
It's been 2 years
I'm
for
getting
you,
there.
and now you've expanded to Walmart. You've been doing all these things.
Yes,
Um,
I just got approved for that. I'm so excited. Can't wait to get started with that.
love it. So that's when you got started. And I guess like where are you now? Like what's your plan? Like what's your mindset with Amazon? Like where are you at like as far as the business?
With Amazon, I want to, I keep reinvesting my profits. So I'm not taking anything out. I want to grow to try to at least make it to 100,000 in revenue every month. And then I think at that point, I could probably quit my job and start taking some of the profits to support myself and my family. I'm supporting two households right now, so it takes a lot to pay my
Wow.
bills. Yeah.
Wow. All that
Yeah, I have to.
strategy. Mhm.
Yeah, after my mom passed away, she was the one who paid all the bills for my dad, and so he forgets to pay his bills. So I end up having to pay him, and then I have a son up there who's helping out to take care of my dad, because he, for some reason, they decided to move way out into the woods in the middle of nowhere where there's no services or anything, and they're on
Mm,
5 acres, or he's on 5 acres of land, so he needs help taking care of the house, the land. And so my son is out there taking care of him. So I'm helping to pay for groceries and whatever my son needs. And so, yeah. And then there's
wow.
everybody here at my house too.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're pretty much working a nursing job full time. Maybe
Hmm.
like working overtime too, right?
I'm actually, I quit doing that.
Mm,
I say no now. I say no. And you
yeah.
know what? If they can find somebody else to work. I mean, if they have
Good.
to, they can call in an agency nurse. I mean, or there's plenty of management nurses that can step in too.
Yeah, that's good.
So
It's good though.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're working a full-time nursing job and then part-time you're doing Amazon, scaling
Mhm.
it, like
Yeah.
really focused. I know you're very focused, trying to pay
Yeah.
for two households. Wow.
Yes. Yep.
Five kids and all the grandkids and all the
Oh yeah. Yeah. And they're here eating up everything every weekend
oh
too. Yeah. All the
sheesh.
grandkids. And I have
Wow.
one that lives with me too. So yeah.
Wow. Well, I just want to say that I give you a lot of props.
Oh,
It does
thank
a
you.
lot, like I mean nursing is tough. I'm not sure people understand how tough nursing is,
Yes, it
really and
is. It's
mentally.
very stressful. Yes.
So for you to do
Very.
that, be drained, have your family and start like a part-time Amazon business, which is also growing.
Yes.
It's actually very amazing. It says a lot about you and your work ethic and your
Oh,
discipline,
thank you.
as a person. So I guess, for the audience, like how do you do it? Like, you go to work, and then you come home. Like what's your like schedule like? Like how do you build this thing part-time?
Well, usually when I get home from work, I check to see if I have any FBM orders because I'm doing FBM too on some things. And I also have posted some listings on eBay as well. eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. So what I can't sell on Amazon, I try to unload on the other platforms. So I check for any orders, to get those packed up and run down the street and ship those off. Then sit down, I have something to eat, I start working on the computer, doing my sourcing, looking at my account health and seeing if there's any issues I need to take care of. And usually that's my day to day through the week. And then on the weekends, on my days off, I usually have some sort of inventory I have to pack up and ship to Amazon. So I try to get those packed and shipped. I do try to send some to the prep center, and I need to do more of that. But I
Nice.
do still have some inventory here that I have to unload.
Love it. So you're also on eBay and Poshmark. So you've really expanded now, huh, to other platforms.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Like, would you say that once you learn Amazon, you can pretty much run the other platforms too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And once you learn Amazon, the other ones, yes, they're a breeze. They're
Right?
easy. Except
Yeah.
dealing with the customers on the other platforms, eh, most of the time, like the customers are okay, but every now and then, you get somebody that might lowball you and have you ask for something crazy or something. So,
Yeah.
but other than that,
I remember those days. Like I used to sell furnitures and I priced it
hmm
like 200. I'm getting like offers for like $80, like
oh
60.
yeah, yeah,
Like that's not even that,
yes,
like it's more than half of the price. Like really? That's like
yes,
way too low.
yeah, and that's why I'm not. I have some bigger items, personal items I want to try to unload on Facebook Marketplace, but I stopped posting anything else on Facebook Marketplace because I keep getting lowballed, and then people don't, we decide on a meeting place and then they want to meet me somewhere else. They keep changing it. I'm like, this isn't even worth me driving out there for $25. It's easier to just give it away. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the beauty with Amazon though, right? Like once you ship out your products to Amazon,
Mhm.
they handle the shipping, handling customer service, like all that craziness. Because I don't think people
Yes.
understand like how much customer service is, especially at
Mhm.
scale. Because once
Yes.
you ship out like 1,000 orders, right? You probably get like
Yeah.
100 messages at least.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I love the part where Amazon FBA like does all the talking with the customers because I mean that can add up pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know a lot of people do complain about the Amazon fees, but when you think about everything they're doing, I mean, you're just supplying them with the product. They're doing everything else. It takes a lot off your plate. And obviously you have to pay for that. They're not going to do it for free. So, it makes life a lot easier when Amazon is handling it. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because as a seller, really our main job is to provide Amazon with great products,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
of
That's
course like
it.
track your products and all that good stuff. But I mean the heavy
Mhm.
lifting is really done by Amazon, like really
Mhm.
really though.
Yes.
Shipping, packaging, prepping, talking to
Yep.
customers, returns, repackaging products. Like we don't do
Mhm.
any of that. This can
Yeah.
be done in like 1 2 hours a day tops, right?
Yes. Yeah.
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 So wow. Yeah, I think you're crazy efficient because you're working like 3 night shift jobs. I mean, 3 shifts with a job.
Mhm.
You come home to your kids, grandkids. You're paying for like the two households too, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So wow. I guess like how do you manage your time? Like how do you do it? Like what's your
I'm just constantly doing something. I have ADHD, so it kind of makes it, I have to be constantly doing something anyways. I can't just sit there. And that's what makes it hardest with the sourcing is sitting in front of the computer because I'd rather be up doing something. But I have to, focus and, give myself time limits, little chunks of time to sit down and really focus on sourcing because that's the most important part of being an Amazon seller is sourcing the product, sourcing the right product.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, would you say that looking at data or like product research is gonna be the main skill set, right?
absolutely. Yep. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. And for the
Because
new sellers in the group, like how do you get better with that stuff? Like sourcing, product research, seller and
you just,
people.
you just keep doing it. You just do it. You do test buys because you will make mistakes. And so you don't want to put way too much money into a product and then have that product tank or for some reason maybe Amazon will shut down the listing and they send all that back to you, like just whatever, or like the mistake I made, I found some shoes that, oh yeah, it was going to make me a good, what, $20 profit for each pair. And none of them sold. Well, a few of them did, but they were also returned. So yeah, you have to allow yourself to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and keep going, because that's how you're going to learn, is making these little mistakes. Just make sure they're little mistakes and you're not putting $1,000 into products and you end up losing it all, you know?
Love it. So I know you've been doing this for almost 2 years, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
how did you get started with Amazon? Like how did you learn it?
Well, I learned with
And how was your
you.
journey? Huh?
I learned with you, like with your group from you. So I started there, and I just a lot of it I just kind of, some of it I watched some YouTube channels, but for the most part I just kind of dove in and just learned as I went. Like the whole like for a while there, I was doing my own prepping and shipping my products into Amazon, and I had to figure that out, how all that worked. And the FBM, I just started doing that this last Q4. Before that, I didn't do any FBM, but I just kind of dove in and just tried to figure it out. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that hard to figure out. You can, yeah, but
Yeah. It's really not, right? I want to say,
yeah,
man, if you just focus on it for like 1, 2 months,
mm-hmm,
you should at
yes,
least know the basics. And
mm-hmm,
then I want
yes,
to say like month 3 or 4, you should be able to scale because at that point you should be comfortable.
yes.
You're right. So I guess as far as scaling, like how did you scale and what's your advice for people as far as like scaling?
Buy more products, send in more inventory. If you're going to make the sales, you have to have the inventory to sell. So just find good products that will bring you a decent product or profit, and just keep feeding the beast, as they say, and keep sending in the products.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess does anyone have a question for Tammy? I don't want to take up the whole Zoom, so anyone? This is your chance to ask Tammy. 6-figure Amazon seller said came late. Yeah, does anyone have a question about anything? You know, inventory, product research, how to get started, money management, how to scale. So Nelson is asking, are you still full time as an RN?
Yes, I'm still a full-time nurse. Yep. In fact, I have to be at work tonight here in a few hours.
Yeah. I think Nelson is also a nurse, I believe, or I think, yeah, he's also a nurse.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah, or a nurse. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
think he is trying to quit his job too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I guess I can talk to him a little bit. Like, what's your advice for
Yeah.
him? You know,
There it is.
he's looking to learn Amazon. You know, he's also working as an or nurse. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Still try to find the balance. Yeah, it's hard. I'm still actually 2 years later. I'm still trying to find a balance. The thing is everything keeps changing in life, and so you still have to, try to figure it out and just keep pushing, just keep
Raise your
going.
hand.
yeah. I think Lay or Kevin has a question too.
Sorry. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Yeah.
Uh, so who takes care of uh, if somebody has questions, if one of your buyers has questions, do they just post it on Amazon or go through Amazon and contact you through that way?
Let's see. Usually they just post a question on Amazon underneath the product, and then you'll get an email from Amazon that says, can you answer this question for this product you're selling? And you don't always have to answer that question. Hopefully somebody will. Um, like some of the questions are kind of ridiculous, so I don't really answer those.
So
But
true.
if if you're listing that product as an FBM and you sell a buyer a product and then they have a question about the sale, they can message you, I believe, through Amazon. I don't know how they actually do that because I've never actually had somebody message me. Usually
Okay.
all of my sales through Amazon have been good. In
I mean,
fact,
so I'm
Mm,
looking at it from the opposite side because I do purchase a lot of items from Amazon.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
mm,
I rarely have a question, but when I do, I try to research all the other questions that people are asking that have already made a purchase. But
yeah,
every once in
yeah,
a while, I'll have hopefully an intelligent question about the product I'm buying. And
mm-hmm,
usually it goes through Amazon. So looking at it from that perspective, that's how it really works. Is everything goes through Amazon. They don't really talk to you. And
yeah,
you're not barraged with a whole ton of people.
mm-hmm, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, from the seller side, if you're doing FBA, I mean, you're not really getting any messages
mm-hmm,
unless it's really like something that Amazon can answer, right?
yeah.
Which is really rare. So, but if you're doing
Mm-hmm.
FBM, then I think you answer all the questions, right?
Yes, I believe it's only if you've already made the sale and maybe the buyer wants a refund or wants to return the product or whatever, then they can message you. And there is a little thing on the Amazon Seller Central where you can receive messages,
Mm,
send and receive messages. I've never actually had a message on there, so I'm not sure. So
interesting. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't do FBM, so
Oh
I
yeah.
rarely get messages. I get like once every like 6 months or so, you know?
hmm
Yeah.
So I missed part of the first portion of your video. Um, how long can we ask what dollar amount that you're making? What's your profit? Your monthly
With
profit?
let's see, probably about 2,000 right now because I'm about up to 10,000 in revenue, so about 2,000 a month, and then I'm trying to put all that back in. I am because I am doing this part time and I've got a full life. I'm scaling slowly, but I'm definitely scaling and pushing along. So yeah, so it's about 2,000, and I'm just reinvesting that into the business so I can keep growing. And that's probably the best way to grow your business is to reinvest your profits until you are able to take some out. And I mean, once I get
Right.
to a point where it's stable and I'm good with where it's at, like say if I can bring back probably at least 10,000 a month profit, um, then I could probably be fine with taking some out with that and then just, let the money recycle itself, you know, and just
Yeah.
keep purchasing more products with the uh, money from the sales and take out a small amount of profit.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what Kevin's going to be doing. He'll he'll do this and just reinvest everything.
Mm-hmm.
That is so smart. If you guys like heard Tammy, like that strategy is so smart because now you're compounding, right?
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
compounding your money, and then as you keep compounding the pot gets bigger and bigger,
Mm-hmm.
and later on you
Exactly.
can pull out like bigger chunks,
Yes.
and then that's how it becomes like life-changing money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yep.
and all you have to do is really be patient, right? It's just a patience game. Time's gonna pass
Yes.
by anyway. If you don't need the
Yep.
money, why would you pull that out and buy some, stupid things, right?
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah. So if you I feel like if you have a 9 to 5 job, right? I mean, use your job to pay for the bills, and then whatever you make in the business, just reinvest it. So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then 1 2 years down the line, you have like a side, a semi-passive thing
Yes.
going on, right?
Yes. Yep. And if
So
I really enjoy selling on Amazon and even the eBay and um, just starting Walmart. I really do enjoy this. So, but once I do quit my job, if something ever happens and I can't do that anymore, or I don't want to, I can always go back to my nursing job and still bring in an income that way. Although I did work with a nurse who was 74 years old, and every day I looked at her, I'm like, I am not going to be her.
wow,
Nope.
that is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're running on a time clock because I'm definitely losing my eyesight. And
Aw.
one day DOT is going to say, I'm sorry, you can't pass your physical and you're going to have to stop driving.
Yeah.
I see. So you're trying to
You guys
find
already
something
started, so you
for
guys are
you.
good.
Yeah, well, Kevin's doing it. I'm working on something else, but I have questions, and I question him all the time. Where are you at this? What are your issues? What does this program do? Got to give him
I
some
love it.
support.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, good.
But
I mean, I got
also,
you guys'
I'm also
back.
very curious.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are part of the A team group, so you guys. I mean, you guys see me
Yeah.
every week too. You know, plus these calls. So
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
are good. You
I
guys are
hear
doing
him.
great.
I hear them when I'm sleeping. And I'm like, can you turn that down?
Oh, really? Yeah, it's all of us. Me, Tammy. You know, Wayne, Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you will be able to scale it faster if you have more time to put into it. So you get out of Amazon what you put into it. So if you have time where you can like source for 8 hours a day, you're going to scale a lot quicker too. So if you have the time to do it, that's even better.
When you're testing products, like, are you just throwing out 5-10 pieces of that item?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're sending in about 5 or 10. And the thing is even if you get those products on a sale for like 50% off, once you start sourcing, you start learning the store's sales cycles. So it's not always just a one-time purchase that you won't be able to purchase again. Maybe in a few months, 3-4 months, maybe even 6 months later, that sale will come up again and you can purchase those products again. And at that point, you'll know that that product sells. And so you would have already tested it. So you know it would be a good buy. Just I would also double check the data, the current data at that time though, and make sure something hasn't happened between when you last purchased it and now.
Damn, time is a beast now. Wow. I remember when you first got
She knows what
started.
she's talking about.
It's great. Now she's doing eBay, Poshmark. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of you, Tammy. Crushing it.
Thank you.
You guys have more questions, Lay?
No, I'll just think about it for a while. I just started my shift.
Okay. We'll be here. Thanks for asking.
And I think
Appreciate you guys. Mhm.
I think Nelson asked if I'm doing FBA and FBM. Yes, I'm doing both. I think it was Nelson.
Yeah. Or no,
Okay.
it's Varun. Varun.
Oh, was it Bruce? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I'm doing both.
And then Alfred has a question too. Go ahead, bro.
Just wanted to ask, which is more profitable for you, FBA or FBM?
That all depends. Sometimes you actually make more if you ship it out yourself with the FBM because you're not charged the fees, but you still have to cover the shipping. So sometimes it's the same, but there's other times where it's a bigger, larger product. You make more if you send it in and let Amazon, deal with the shipping and pay to ship it out to the customer. Because I don't want to send a big old box that's going to cost me like $30 to ship to somebody when I can just throw it, into a box with a few other things and, pay just to have Amazon ship that out.
Sure, thank you.
Or if it's a heavy product,
That's
too.
okay with you.
Yeah, it really
What's
depends,
your
right?
strategy
The
on
product.
picking
Yeah.
the products? Like, what's your strategy usually? How do you analyze the products and usually pick them up? So, do you want to throw some lights on that?
I look at Keepa. Seller Ant gives you a lot of information, but you definitely have to rely on Keepa. You want to make sure that the product is selling. Keepa now has a line that will tell you how much it's selling in the current month. So it might say like 50 plus or 100 plus. So you want to make sure it's selling. You want to make sure that it's got a good BSR. And I usually try to keep it under 100,000 for the BSR. I try to make sure that, it's not always, but I try to get at least like $5 profit. That way, if the listing were to tank, then I would at least have a little bit of cushion. So hopefully I can get at least $2 out of it, or even break even. So if breaking even, I'm fine with that as long as it's not a loss. But yeah, and I look for that. I look for the sellers, the number of sellers that are on the listing. So you'll be able to see if things are selling, if that seller count is slowly going down. Also for review count, if the reviews are going up. I forgot how many products sold it is that that you get the average review. I don't know, but it's people don't usually like to review things. So when you do get at least a couple reviews, then you know the product has sold at least a couple hundred units. So if you see that count,
Do you own any brand, or how do you usually, like, let's say you pick up some products from TJ Maxx or somewhere, and you just buy in a bulk, and either you do FBA on FBM, or you always register your different brand, or what's your strategy on that?
Yes, I buy everything. Well, most things online. I have started going out to like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I bought a few things over there. And depending on what it is, I might ship it FBM. Like if it's like say a little kid short set, it weighs like less than a pound, I'll just ship that FBM. If it's a slower seller, it's probably better to keep it and ship it FBM. That way you're not sending in a bunch of products to Amazon that's going to sell very slowly, and then you end up getting charged inventory fees, or if it doesn't sell, then they charge you to ship it back to you. And if you keep it on hand, then you have it there, you can just ship it. You know, you don't have to worry about all the extra fees with the inventory storage. But if it's something, I try to send most things into FBA though, because it is easier to let Amazon handle it all, and I don't have to deal with packing up orders every day. And so,
yeah, I agree. That's smart.
yeah.
Go ahead, Alfred.
Hey, Tammy, it was a good presentation that you did. Good hearing your stories.
Thank you.
And I just have a question because I didn't know much about this Amazon FBA until I started watching Lewis's YouTube channel recently. So it's kind of like out of interest, and then my girl's been watching it too. So, what's a good recommendation to get started? Like, just being fresh.
What do you mean to get started? You mean just to start, or do you mean how much money you need, or
maybe a little bit of both? Yeah, like just kind of to get into the like.
I would say at least a couple thousand, 2,000 or 3,000 for inventory. You don't necessarily have to spend all that much on inventory all at once, but at least a little bit. And to get started, you just have to basically learn the basics and just dive in. Just that Lewis is great with helping beginners to get started. So, I mean, I think a lot of the information that's out there, like on YouTube and stuff, they pretty much talk about you know, selling on Amazon for people that have already gotten started. So Lewis is great with getting people set up from day one and getting started, and help them find a prep center and all of that. So yeah.
Kind of like that's what I've been telling my girl too, is because she'd be watching she's going down the rabbit hole right now on the Amazon, and I told her not to just mess with Lewis and like not, you know, you just kind of, because everybody's gonna give you different information, but I mean we're all in this community, so I'm here. Yeah, I trust you guys on what you say, and so that's, I'll have her watch the replay. But also, do you recommend just using the prep center, or also like packaging your own stuff at times?
Well, the prep center makes it a lot easier, but if you do package some of your own things and send that in, then you're learning those skills as well, and you can actually do both. It's good to know what you're packing and how things should be prepped and packed and shipped in, so you know if the prep center is actually packaging your products the way it should be packed. Making sure that, you know, if you find out later that they didn't bubble wrap something that should have been bubble wrapped and now it's damaged, that, you know, that's a problem. So it's good to know how things should be prepped and how things are sent in. And also I started doing my own prepping and packing when I started getting ungated for things, because Amazon will restrict, or what they call gate you, for certain brands. They want to make sure that you're sourcing your products from legit sources, and they're not counterfeit products. So they will kind of restrict you on certain brands. So in order to get ungated, first of all, you have to start getting some sales. And then for certain brands, you'd have to purchase 10 units or products of the same product. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same, but 10 units of the product from a legit source. You have to provide those products have to be shipped to the address that is on your Amazon account. Those have to match. So when you get the receipt, the invoice, or whatever via email, that address will match up. So it's better to have it shipped to your home or to your business address, whatever is going to be on that maybe email confirmation or invoice or whatever you use. And yeah, so if you have that shipped to your house, that's the other thing with ungating too, is I take the 10 products and I lay them out and I take a picture of all 10 products together. I take a picture of the front and the back and the UPC code. So I upload all of those and the product receipt, proof of delivery, and all of that into Amazon. And I've been getting ungated, having no issues, except I think there was 2 products I had to do repeatedly. Then I later found out that the Estee Lauder was one of them. That's kind of a tough one. So, but yeah, for like Nike, Adidas, all of those products, still have to get ungated for Puma. I just ordered some stuff to do that. But yes, I mean, if you have all those products shipped to your house, then you can just pack them up and ship them in and sell them. So you're not sitting here with a bunch of stuff at your house and you don't know what to do with, because it doesn't go to the prep center.
Yeah.
The prep center, though, they will take photos for you, I believe.
Yeah. I say in the beginning, you got to do what's easy for you, right? And then as you learn it, then you can do like more advanced like strategies. But in the beginning, I feel like the goal is to make money right away.
Yeah.
That way
and
you can,
learn the process.
Yeah. And then later, once you get like money rolling in, then you can experiment with, ungating and doing these other strategies. So. And I tell people too, like if you're busy, I really think I think you should do a prep center for sure, because if you're gonna pack and prep and you're busy already, you might just end up quitting, right? So
yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah, that's what happened to me in the beginning. I was packing and prepping myself, and then I realized, man, there's a lot of work.
Yep.
Yeah. So
No, that's good. That's good that there's that option though. Like if you are the busy bee, but no, thank man. Right now, like my I'm like that emoji man with the brain exploding. But it's all new to me. But we're learning. But my girl more than anything is going to get into it. So she just joined your group too, Lewis. So she'll be
good.
to be on there, and yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll end up in your mentorship too. So
yeah, let me know, bro. How I can help you guys.
appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
And
We
I guess
messing.
you guys are busy, right? I'm sure, because you guys have kids.
Yeah, kids. We both,
so
I'm on the road and then doing that YouTube, and then
yeah,
she quit her job, but she'll be able to be like more flexible than me, but she wants to really try it out because she's interested in it. But
yeah,
I like learning this stuff too, though. It's kind of
yeah.
nice.
I might be biased because, but I want to say for like busy parents, FBA and using a prep center is gonna be the way to go in the beginning, at least.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because it's gonna be a lot, you're like learning. So, and then later, if you want to experiment with FBM, you can. They both work though, because I know Brandy kills it with FBM too, and I know she's busy too. So, But yeah, if you're as busy, I say you do FBA and music prep center. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Yeah,
all
because
about,
there,
I guess.
huh?
I think it's, I mean, I know time's a big thing, but like you got to have like a good work ethic too, you know, like got to be
yeah,
willing to put that time into it.
Yeah, yeah. Pancake prepping is fun too. So, I mean, it's up to you guys really. Or we can do both too. We can do both like Tammy. Just both.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
know
like it.
there was days during Q4 where I didn't get any sleep at all, maybe 2 hours, and then I had to go back to work because I was prepping and shipping out packages every day. I'd go drop off the packages at the post office and get back in the car and I got another order. So go prep it, ship it back again. Yeah. It was,
Oh yeah, the holidays are insane. That's like no
yep.
sleep, no sleep, right?
And
But
then I
that's
do
when
that
we make the
eBay
most
and the
money
other
though.
one.
So
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Especially being a nurse too, you know, that's a long shift right there.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service though, working at the hospital.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I work in a skilled nursing facility, sorry. Kind of like a nursing home,
Sniff?
except we don't have so many long-term care patients. It's mostly rehab, basically people that once they leave the hospital, they need more care, longer term care, like say long-term IV antibiotics, wound care, or they had fractured a hip or a leg or whatever, just for usually they discharge people from the hospital a lot sooner than they used to. So then they come to us and we help, get them better and send them home.
That's still hard work right there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, sniff is
Yep.
crazy. I used to work at a
Hmm.
sniff with Tammy for like 5 years.
Oh, wow.
I did wound care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
when I got
wound care.
started. Yeah. Good sense for sure.
Yeah.
Good, Alfred? One more
Yeah,
question?
you know, that's everything, man. I appreciate it, and good video, Tammy. Appreciate this
Oh, thank
little
you.
presentation.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Let's see. What's up, Varun?
Louis, thanks. Just have one more question here. You took an example for, let's say, the Nike products, right? So, how do you deal with the branding? Because Nike is established brand, and you're trying to sell it either through FBA or FBM. So you mentioned about that. Let's say you buy the 10 pieces, so you just have to take a picture and upload it. Because a lot of time, if you're trying to sell any particular product, which is an existing brand, the Amazon tried to reject that and knock you down basically because it is someone else's brand and you need approval. I
Yeah.
tried one of the Louis video a long time back and trying to sell some Nutrigen cream. It was very high rated, and but when I tried to upload it, so they said it has to be from the manufacturer, and I directly bought it. First, I bought it from TJ Maxx, return it. Then I bought it from the website. Then they rejected. And then when I called the nutrition company, they said you have to have a 500,000 sales inventory so that you can be one of the authorized dealers. Blah blah blah. So all I'm trying to understand when you have any particular brand and Amazon, like you said, you need to learn the process. So I think that's where the challenge is when you're trying to sell a product,
Yeah.
and then Amazon is keep rejecting your listing. So how do you?
Yeah. You can actually, yes, sometimes they will reject you and sometimes they will reject you multiple times. But as long as you have everything on that invoice or receipt, you can't use one that you for purchase that was in store, but you usually have to order something online. Make sure that the addresses match up and make sure that supplier's name and contact information is on there and it identifies the product and that you and it matches the ASIN that you're trying to get approved for, and also that it's 10 units. Make sure everything that they require is on that paper. And if you can supply more, like sometimes I supply my order confirmation, the actual order, and the or a packing list, and I will also supply like proof of delivery, like maybe a UPS proof of delivery from a tracking number, and photos of all 10 products in hand, because they've rejected me for having no proof of delivery before too. which, didn't make any sense because I'm like, I just sent you pictures of me having the product. So, yeah, sometimes sometimes it's a bot that will reject you, and sometimes it's somebody just, trying to get through requests as quickly as they can, and just nope, 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 nope. So you have to keep resubmitting. And if they say that you need to provide different information, sometimes just adding something, one little thing, sometimes that makes all the difference. I also try to annotate the invoices lately, and I take like a usually a blue Sharpie and a yellow highlighter, and I'll take the yellow highlighter and I'll highlight my address and write my address next to it in the Sharpie, and suppliers contact information. I'll highlight where the product is on the receipt, and that way it just spells it out for them. It's just right there, makes it obvious where all the information is, so they don't have to take the time to look. And so they're a lot more likely to approve you for that. But even if they don't, just keep resubmitting. There's people that submit their applications like 10, 12, 15 times. So sometimes you just gotta keep resubmitting, and eventually somebody will approve it.
Yeah, and also Varun, if you're a new seller, I would just sell products that are ungated already.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good place to start, because you don't want to start your business and then you're gonna be behind, with your money trying to ungate.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the first goal as a new seller is to make money right away, and then later on, once you're making money, then you can get more ungated.
Makes sense.
Yes, and the more sales you make, the easier it is to get ungated. The more likely you're going to get auto ungated, to where you don't even have to supply the invoice and the products. And even like with me, there was a couple different brands I was trying to ungate, and I was gated in those, and then I went and bought the products and everything, and got the invoices, took the pictures, and went to go and try to upload those, and I was already ungated.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they just auto ungated me. It just takes time, and you just have to prove to Amazon that you're a legit seller and that they could trust you and that you source your product from a legitimate source. That is what is important for them. That's the reason why they gate people.
Yeah.
They want to make sure they can trust you.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Just sell what you can in the beginning. That way you can get auto ungated. Because honestly, I know people in the beginning who didn't listen to this advice, and they started spending money to get ungated, and they got over leveraged.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning they bought
Then
all
you
these
have
Nike shoes and all these Legos, and then they weren't really ungated in the beginning, and they end up quitting because they mismanaged their money, like buying all these products that they can't even sell.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Learn the
horror stories
process
like that.
first with things you can sell. Just start out learning and buying and providing products that you can sell, that you are ungated for.
So I
Yeah.
tried selling the kids' toys one time also. I bought it for like from the Dollar Tree quite cheap, and when I'm trying to list them, so for most of the toys, kids-related toys, they always ask for the CDH or CDC certificate, which is like children's safety certification, which you get it like if you're a manufacturer, but you're not manufacturing, you're buying from a place and then trying to sell it on Amazon. And none of the store provides that certificate. So how do you handle that situation?
Usually, I don't even mess with that. I try to stay away from toys, and I do sell a few children's products, but I try to sell or stay away from it just because of liability with that, and because they do require you to have that certificate. Usually, if you're on a listing with several other sellers, if you just wait, somebody is going to provide that. And so usually it's just a waiting game, and wait till somebody else provides it, and then it's all clear. Otherwise, just move on to something else.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, if it's too complicated, it's not worth your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
there's plenty more you can sell.
Yeah, there's just so many products out there. Really,
Mhm.
there's more products than money. So, and then and in the chat, Nelson's asking, what's the best way to learn how to source products?
Just start out with using the leads list and the products that Lewis supplies, and it'll open you up to new products and new stores and all kinds of things. And you can, once you get onto that site, then start with that one product, then you can look at that store for any other related products, or just kind of go down a rabbit hole with that. Also, find some fast selling products on Amazon and just do some reverse sourcing and look at different stores and what they're selling, and see if you can, if it leads you to something, or just look at sales. Just that's harder though, because you're kind of doing manual sourcing, and so it's harder to go through every single product that they have on sale, especially in the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning is rough. That's why I need
Yeah,
guidance, right? Do you agree? It's better to have
exactly,
guidance in the beginning because
exactly.
I feel like you can buy the wrong products and you can be over leveraged pretty quickly.
Yeah. And a
I
lot
think
of times people just don't know where to start, or they're sourcing for hours and they can't find anything. And sometimes that happens. You just got to keep going and keep pushing, and eventually you'll find something, and then it gets easier and easier.
yeah, I agree. It takes some time to
Yeah.
I guess learn how to
Mhm.
source on your own. So in the beginning, you need some type of like a list or some
Yes.
guidance,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
and then
Somewhere to start
go
from.
ahead. Oh, go ahead, Tammy.
Oh, just somewhere to start from. Just a starting point. And then you just take it from there and just keep following these different leads and rabbit holes, and eventually you'll find something.
Yeah, I agree. And then he's also asking, what's a good seller count score?
What do you mean a seller count
Um,
score?
it's a good seller count score. Like, I guess he's asking like how many sellers are good, on per listing.
That would depend on the product, actually, the product and how fast it sells. I mean, if you have a product that sells, like, say, 20 times a month, and you've got like 5 people on the listing, that's probably too many people on the listing for something that's going to sell kind of slow. But if you have something that sells maybe 1,000 units a month, and you have even, I mean, there was one product, it was Cachava that I was selling, and yeah, there was, I think, over 100 sellers on the listing, but it was selling a lot and really fast. So yeah, I made quite a bit of money from that, but then I got an IP complaint and I had to stop. But yeah, so if it's selling thousands of units per month, it just really fast, then it's okay to jump on a listing where there's quite a few sellers.
Yeah, there's really
But
no
sometimes you might sit there.
yeah, there's really no number, right? It's just it
Mhm.
depends on supply and demand. So
Mhm.
yeah, I agree. And then Lay and Kevin is asking, how do you know when you should get a VA assistant? Like a VA.
That's a good question, because I don't have one.
Yeah, she doesn't have a VA, but I mean, I guess I can answer that question. I mean, once you're comfortable with a business, you can delegate a lot of it to a VA. I got VAs looking for products for me, ordering products. So whatever you can do and teach is what you can delegate, right? If you can do it properly and teach it properly, then it means you can delegate that.
Mhm.
As soon as you can do it and teach it, then you're ready for that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
agree,
because you
Tammy?
don't.
You agree?
Yes, if you
Mhm.
don't, you won't know if your VA is doing a good job or not if you don't know, what it is that they're doing, and if they're lost and they don't know exactly what you need them to do for you, and you can't teach them that, it's not going to help either one.
Yeah,
Did that make
I
sense?
agree.
Sorry.
Yeah, it makes
Makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nelson's asking or saying, I was going to hire an expert VA. Well, these VAs all say they're experts, but to be honest, I have an agency, so
Mhm.
like for me to believe a VA, I mean, you gotta work for me for at least like 3 months, and really show me that you're good, because all of them say they're good. So yeah. Any more questions, you guys? Tammy has to go, so or there you go. Question. Can you unmute, bro? Islam?
Yeah. Hey, Luis. Hey, Tammy.
Hey, bro.
I'm also new here. I just joined a couple of days ago and created my first account.
Oh, nice,
And
man.
you might,
Welcome, bro.
yeah, yeah. You mentioned you're trying to away from the toys. And my question is, what type of like products that's like is better to avoid at the beginning, and what type of products like you can start with, or I guess.
Um, basically anything you are already ungated for, anything you can sell. It can be t-shirts. Let me see. I don't know, household products. Basically anything that Amazon allows you to sell, as long as it makes you a profit. Yeah, that's anything. I will sell anything as long as it'll make me a profit. Doesn't matter. I've sold shoes, but there's a lot of returns with shoes and apparel, Stanley Cup, let's see, a lot of beauty products. But there's been issues lately with beauty products, so I'm trying to kind of get away from that. But I've actually sold quite a bit of beauty products, but then they also went and restricted a couple of the big brands I was selling, so now I've got to find something else. Oh.
Do you have some products you will never sell?
Yeah, well, the products that will issue IP complaints, yeah, I stay away from those. Like say Kachava, yeah, I wouldn't touch that because yeah, they did give me an IP complaint. I heard Estee Lauder is kind of iffy, so yeah, I'm gonna try to sell what I've already got, and then I think I'll stay away from that too. Let's see.
Anything risky, right? Stay away from.
Yeah, exactly. Anything risky, anything that will cause an account health problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are getting started, bro. Let me see the chat. Is there any more questions? Any more questions for Tammy before she goes? Because she's about to go to work, so I don't want to keep her this long, to be honest. So
That's okay.
Can I ask one more question, if that's okay?
yeah, go ahead.
So when you're finding any products which you feel that, let's say, even the Nike shoes or something, right? If it is a profitable for you, so you kind of like keep buying and keep repeating, or you look for the new products, like you keep shifting your strategy with the new products, or you just go with the flow where you feel that okay, these products are already. Beside the key part, do you use any other software to find your products? Because the product is the key here. And pretty much everybody's asking the same question, like how to find a profitable product. So the strategy, if you could just explain it a bit, it might be helpful.
I don't know if I heard all that. You mean do I stick with buying the same product or venture
Yeah,
out
do you
to look
stick
for
with
new
the
products?
same products, or do you kind of like try to use the Keepa software or any other software to find some niche product or some more profitable product? Like, are you keep
I
shifting the products, or you just stick to the same products all the time?
I do both. If I can replenish the same product for a profit, I will definitely do that because it makes my life easier because I've already found the product. And then, those products will only last you so long. So until, maybe everybody else finds it and the listing tanks and you have to move on. But you want to also keep growing your catalog. So you want to be constantly looking for new products. So, but the replens is what they're referred to. It makes things easier if you can just keep buying it at the same low cost and selling it for a higher price
And do
and
you use
making
the
a
campaign
profit.
also by any chance? the campaign?
What's that?
Do you do the advertisement or the campaign basically for any one of your listing?
No, no. I did do some PPC ads for a pay-per-click for some of those shoes that I bought that never sold. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that anytime
Yeah, we don't
soon
usually do
again, but
ads, right? No, I don't do ads either. I
no,
don't. Everything's
no.
organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to find the products that are already selling, so you won't have to advertise those products
And do you
unless
use
you're
the
trying to get rid of
pictures
them.
on your phone, or you take any photographer to have to get the nice pictures or something? The product images.
I didn't hear that.
I was asking for the product images, whether you take it from the phone or you just use anything from the internet.
You mean for ungating?
Yeah.
For ungating, yes, I just take a picture with my phone and just upload it from there. But yeah, but we don't take pictures of the products or I don't make my own listings or anything like that. I get on a listing that's already made and already turning a profit for other people.
That helps a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
We got more questions, Lay? I see you unmuted, so or Kevin?
Oh, no,
You good?
no.
Okay, cool.
I'm good. Thank you, Tammy.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
we're gonna let
Thank
Tammy
you.
go because she needs to go to her night shift job, so I do
Yep.
want to value her time. But before she goes, can we give her some applause, some emojis in the chat or something? Thank yous.
Thank you. Thank
There you
you.
go.
Thank you very much. It was very helpful.
Thank you.
It was very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
See,
Thank
see
you.
Tammy in the chat? You see it?
Yep.
Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tammy. I know you're busy, so we're gonna let you go. Thank you
Okay,
for your
thank
time.
you.
Thank you for your service with helping people, with the medical field. And thank you also for giving your time today with us. So I do appreciate you. And yeah, love you guys.
All right, thank
I'll see you
you.
guys next week. Okay, guys? All right. See you, Tammy. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.